2 words, my D-gents. Universal support. Because holy mama, Astra is actually so freaking good that I'm gonna let her peg me. So today, let me walk through my first impressions of this Cantonese singer, and fun fact, I'm actually Cantonese too, so represent. And as always, remember that this is the test version, so the live version may differ. And so starting off with the design, absolutely top tier. Super cute outfit, super cute animations. She's got like this whole shooting stars, stardust stuff floating around, this kind of theme, probably because her whole role is a superstar. My favorite animations are her twirl, like look at this, it's so freaking cute, just dashing around with that little glow. But also a pretty big fan of her hold basic attack, which is this like black hole looking thing. And yes, my guys, it does exactly what you think it does. We got the Ether Sucky Sucky. Let's talk about it a little bit later though. But in my opinion, the best part of her animations is the fact that she actually gets to linger, right? So putting her into that state, I'm going into Miyabi and you can see we still got Astra over here, giving us the support, giving us the welcome to my... Well, and it's such a shame, right? Because normally when we play like Nicole or Lucy, we kind of just switch in, pop their EX skills and then switch out. Or even like Caesar, right? We pop in EE and then we freaking switch out. Goodbye, Caesar. But with Astra, it's really cool because we actually get her on the field with this glowing state and she actually stays on. Nice. All right, that's enough glazing for her animations. Let's talk about her performance and her kit itself because that's probably what you're here for. And the best way to describe her is that if you ever thought to yourself like, oh, I wish I had a Caesar, or I wish I had another Caesar. You're climbing through the tower, you're getting your ass fisted by those ethereals that pretty much one-hit you. Astra, in a nutshell, we can describe her in 2 ways. She's a combination of Lucy and Nicole, or she's kind of like another Caesar, another top-tier support with offensive and defensive capabilities. The difference though is that our girl Astra, instead of providing a shield, she heals. So Caesar, damage prevention with the glowing gold shield, or we've got damage recovery from our Astra. To be honest, I personally actually really prefer the proactive defense that comes with Caesar's shield. It means that we can kind of take the hit and kind of replenish it. And Caesar's shield means that we can't get one hit. Whereas with Astra, if you're freaking dead, you can't really like revive yourself, right? And so in the case of damage prevention, mitigation, or healing, I would say that Caesar's shield is actually probably better than Astra's. That said though, Astra has a lot of things going for her, some things of which are better than Caesar herself. And so with that, let's go through her kit itself, starting off with basic attack. As you can see, nothing too remarkable, but, and this is a big but, she does have an on-demand sucky sucky. So with her hold basic attack, you can see boom, 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 boom. It does exactly what it feels like it does. It does the sucky sucky, my guys. To be honest, this was probably my biggest worry for Astra in that she is competing with Nicole, and one of Nicole's biggest assets, aside from her great looks and great personality, are her massive black holes, which give her the incredible ability to suck ethereals off. And so because Astra is supposed to be, again, the upgrade to Nicole, this was the first thing that I was looking for. And so I'm really glad to see it. And so not only is the sucky sucky on the hold basic attack, but also on the hold skill. So that's 2 sources on demand. Freaking incredible. All right, and so after that, we have her skill, and I'm just going to tap it. This thing is going to essentially what puts us into this glowing state. And how you can tell which state you're on is if you look up at the top left-hand corner, we've got these 4 diamonds over here. Press E or skill, whichever, and you can see they're starting to glow like primo gems. This means that we are in the glowing state. We've got the Giga Juicer buffs. So just by going into the state, we get plus 20% all damage and plus 25% crit damage. Woo! And so comparing that with our girl Caesar over here, who gives 1k attack from this shield, and then we've got plus 25% damage taken from that shield bash thing, or however you want to apply that debuff. What Astra does have over Caesar's buffs is the crit damage. But coming back to the skill, once you activate it and you get into this glowing state, you can't actually move around, but you can twirl around just by dodging, which is completely fine, I think. But here is where it gets really interesting. When she's in this state, we essentially get an upgraded quick assist. So you can see the glowing blue one over here. And these little primo gem diamonds up here, they essentially represent how many upgraded quick assists do we have. And so as you can see, I'm going to trigger the quick assist, boom, and it's consumed 1 of the diamonds. So every time you trigger this quick assist, boom, you can see we have a buff up here. This bad boy is the 1.2k attack. And the great thing about this buff is that it can be applied to every single character. Now, if you are a Caesar gamer, what you will know is that Caesar's shield, this golden shield over here, it's 1k attack, but it only applies to the active character, right? And so with Miyabi, for example, everyone loves to do the swap cancel with the basic attack hold, the big sword storm. So let me go 1, 2, 3, and then swap cancel. And what happens when we do that is that Miyabi loses the gold, loses the attack buff. So when she's doing the whole slashes off field, let's do it again, she doesn't actually have that shield because the shield is on Caesar. Not a problem at all with Astra because everybody gets the attack buff. Attack buff, attack buff, attack buff. Nice. All right, and so lastly, we've got the ultimate. And this is the thing that actually gives the heals to everybody on your team. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty decent damage. You saw 41k 3 times. But that's not the most interesting thing about her, because what happens is that the next 2 quick assists, we actually get chain attacks. So that is the chain attack for Miyabi, and boom, this is the chain attack for Caesar, which is hella freaking cool. Now, it's actually such a massive deal because of 2 reasons. And the first is that chain attacks do a crap ton of damage and a crap ton of days. But the second also is that some characters actually get extra effects with chain attacks. I'm talking the Ju Yuan, I'm talking the Jane Does. So yeah, her ultimate is really cool because those extra chain attacks will change your rotations for some of those characters. It's gonna make some characters a lot better than others. And so in regards to actual gameplay, she fits into pretty much every single team. Any element, any DPS. Like I said, treat her like Caesar. Double anomaly, single anomaly, traditional attacker comps, she'll work with literally everyone. And because she's so universal, she's going to have an incredible amount of staying power and relevance, and it's going to take quite a lot to power creep her. Similar to Caesar, I would say that this is one of those cases where you're going to get a shitload of value from pulling her, and that she, along with Caesar, are the closest things to must pulls if you are meta chasing. There were some teams that I did like using her more with though, and my top pick is actually Double Anomaly. The reason is because playing Astra constantly prompts you to quick assist, and so for example, Miyabi Bernice or Miyabi Yanagi, it's actually really nice that they get you to swap between them. And the same thing can be said for the traditional attacker stunner comps, because we do want to push the enemies towards stun, which is what we're going to use the stunner for, but also we want to build up energy and stacks and decibels for our DPSs as well. That said though, you don't actually have to take the quick assists, and this principle is probably most important for the comp that I've been running throughout the video, which is essentially double support. So yes, absolutely, stacking Caesar and Astra together to Giga Juice a carry, completely viable. And you can do this with any carry. We're talking Yanagi, we're talking Ellen, whoever. This is probably the epitome of hyper carry, but again, don't take the quick assists until you actually need to, because you don't really want to spend that much time in Caesar unless you're trying to push them towards the stun. There is one thing that I did want to raise, and it's that her suck is not as easy to use as Nicole's, because it's a little bit slower. Actually, it's significantly slower, or rather, Nicole's is just really freaking fast. Now, there are gameplay tricks that you can do to overcome that slowness, so make sure you are subscribed so that you can see what most players are missing about Astra. All joking aside, Astra is an absolute beast, and it's always waifu over meta. If you're not interested in your girl, what can you do? But if you do want to steamroll the game, then I would highly recommend picking Astra up. I definitely will be. So my guys, let us know down in the comments below if you are going to be pulling for our girl Astra. But that said, this is the end of the video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.